Zack Greinke looked to keep his Major League best 43 2/3 scoreless inning streak going against the Mets today. But after missing his scheduled start on Friday to be with his wife for the birth of his son Bodie, and then flying across the country twice to do that, you could understand if Greinke showed some signs of, well, being human. And it's week 3 in the NFL. Le'Veon Bell is back. The Raiders have a shot at a winning record. And the Seahawks, Ravens, and Colts were all chasing win number 1 in week 3 of the season. Lots of 0-2 teams.
You ever seen anything like that before?
You want me to follow up Top Gun Dickerson?
Oh, please, do something so I can get that off.
There is nothing that can follow that up. No, I have not seen anything that awesome before. That you're just lucky, Eric, that social media was not around.
Oh, you are so right.
When that happened. Our Kevin Koenka is live at Staples Center with more. And Kevin, if the remaining 81 games are anything like tonight's, it is going to be a very long season for the Lakers. 2 college football steam trains collided in West Texas today with number 3 TCU in Lubbock to play Texas Tech. The two teams average a combined 104 points a game this year. The Lakers campaign to improve on last season's 21-win debacle tips off Wednesday against the Timberwolves at the Staples Center. But there's concern Kobe Bryant won't be in uniform for the purple and gold. Hello and welcome to the Game 5 edition of Sports Central. I am Gina Miller. Coming up on the show, we have an update on Lamar Odom's condition, plus the latest from USC, who had a surprised guest at football practice. But we begin, of course, with the Dodgers. Tonight's Game 5 marked pitcher Zack Greinke's first ever start in a winner-take-all playoff game. But with a resume that would impress even a Google hiring manager, the Dodgers had to be confident, particularly with how well Greinke has thrown at home this season. He's 11-1 with a 1.52 ERA at Chavez Ravine and hasn't allowed more than 2 runs at Dodger Stadium since April. The Dodgers have gone 4-0 in winner-take-all playoff games since moving to Los Angeles. The Mets, though, silenced the Dodger Stadium crowd early. 3 batters into the game. Daniel Murphy drives one to the warning track in center field. Curtis Granderson comes in to score, and New York takes the early 1-0 lead in the first inning. The Dodgers responded in the bottom of the frame, though, after a Justin Turner RBI single tied it at 1. Andre Ethier hits a blooper that brings in another run. The Dodgers go on top now 2-1. Not all cheerful, though, in the Dodger dugout. Ethier is yelling at Don Mattingly after lining out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Read those lips there. Then in the 4th, the Dodgers fall asleep in the field with Murphy on first. Zack Greinke walks Lucas Duda. The Dodgers were in a shift. Corey Seager was supposed to cover third. He doesn't. Murphy steals the base. He would score to tie the game at 2. The Dodgers had Jacob deGrom on the ropes all night, but could not deliver the knockout blow. Here, he strikes out Yasmani Grandal to end the 5th. Dodgers go just 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Then in the 6th, it was Murphy for the Mets again. He takes the Greinke pitch down the right field line for the solo home run, his 3rd of the series, giving the Mets a 3-2 lead. Magic Johnson clearly worried as his Dodgers trailed heading into the 9th. LA sent Chase Utley to the plate to pinch hit. He, of course, was suspended after that Game 2 slide. He appealed. Didn't hurt the Mets here, though. Juris Familia gets him on a soft liner to right after A.J. Ellis struck out. Howie Kendrick goes down swinging. The Dodgers season comes to a close with the Game 5 loss to the Mets. New York advances to the NLCS to face the Chicago Cubs with a 3-2 win. At the end of the day, or the season as it is in this case, the Dodgers simply could not score runs. The Dodgers now have gone to the playoffs 9 times without a trip to the World Series, tying the A's and Braves with that ignominious mark. For more on this, let's go live to Chavez Ravine where Jill Arrington is standing by. Jill, you summed it up best, Jill. Waiting until next season, lots of changes to be made in the interim. Thanks so much, Jill Arrington, live from Chavez Ravine. After a dramatic few days, USC is ready to focus on football this weekend against Notre Dame. This will be interim head coach Clay Helton's first game of the year. Trojan head coaches are winless in 6 tries when their first games are against Notre Dame and in South Bend. But if anyone can shock the world, it's this USC squad, at least according to former Trojan Keyshawn Johnson, who made a special appearance at practice today. Time for our Interplex poll question. Does USC have a chance to beat Notre Dame on Saturday? Of course, probably, maybe, or not hardly. To vote, visit our website at cbsla.com. Thursday night football. Falcons looking to stay undefeated in New Orleans. Falcons punting in the first, and it's blocked. They take that one back in for a score, reminding many of Steve Gleason's blocked punt in 2006 against Atlanta. Gleason was in attendance tonight as he was honored before the game. The Saints go on to beat Atlanta, handing them their first loss of the season, 31-21, the final score.
Or just a nasty divorce?
I think that's an excellent question to ask, and it depends on which side you listen to. And it's really tough to say exactly why this decision has been made because neither side is really saying a whole lot. But both the Dodgers and Mattingly have agreed that he will not return in 2016. Don Mattingly had a .551 win percentage and went 8-11 in the postseason as the Dodgers manager. But Susie and Elsa, for the team with baseball's highest payroll, that just is not enough.
They just can't justify it. And, you know, I know he probably saw this coming, but why do it now?
Well, if you listen to Don Mattingly's conference call, he reiterated this time and time and time again, if you will, saying this was the right decision at the right time. Again, I think the expectations for this club are huge. It's World Series or bust. And this team, although it went to the postseason each of the last 3 seasons, it couldn't get over that World Series hump. You guys saw the video earlier of Andre Ethier and Don Mattingly blowing up in the dugout, as well as Clayton Kershaw and Mattingly blowing up in the dugout. I think you can question some of his managerial decisions and not if he lost control of the club, but if he connects well with certain players.
And do you see the Dodgers going after anyone now? Is there someone kind of waiting in the wings?
Yeah.
Well, there is certainly a short list. There is certainly a short list, and probably on top of that list, the trending name would be somebody already in the Dodgers organization. That would be former player and current Dodgers Director of Player Development, Gabe Kapler. A few other names that have been thrown out there: Dave Martinez, the Cubs bench coach; Bud Black, the former Padres manager; Tim Wallach, the Dodgers bench coach; and Ron Reineke, the Dodgers third base coach. As for Don Mattingly, he was emphatic when he asked if he wanted to manage again. He said yes. There are already reports that the Miami Marlins are quite interested in him.
Wow.
Okay, maybe that's a better fit. Maybe the chemistry might be better there.
And you know what? We've seen this with players and with managers. They may not have success in one scenario, but they go somewhere else and they thrive.
Yeah.